My hair, literally just had to rip it out. That was terrible. Okay. So what's been going on? As most of you may know, I evaluate children with disabilities, so I test them to rule out if they do have a disability or not, etc., etc. So throughout the pandemic, I've been working from home. Whoa, what is going on today? So this mic, Mrs. Claus, is getting a little pissed that I'm not doing a Christmas video right now. Chill out, girl. Chill. Stop trying to rip my hair. Stop trying to make me break a nail. Just chill. So, anyway, throughout the pandemic, I've been working from home, and at first I hated it. I really did. I hated it. Then I started to get really used to it, and I loved it. And of course, right when your girl got accustomed to it and started getting used to doing everything via Zoom, okay, they hit me with, you gotta go back out in person. So it was like, woosah. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But I'm not gonna lie, deep down I was happy because I felt like, I don't know, I was just home every day, okay, on the weekends. If my husband wasn't working, then we would like do something, but sometimes he was so tired from work that when the weekend came, he didn't want to do anything, and I don't blame him, but then I was miserable because I'm like, I'm trapped in this house Monday through Friday working on the computer, and then like the weekend came and I'm home also, so it was nice to get back into the rhythm to go out to see people, right? Because it's like this whole pandemic has isolated all of us from other people. If you already have terrible social skills, like, I feel bad for you because I was a very outgoing, and I'm very outgoing, I'm outspoken, and I have no problem doing public speaking whatsoever, but this pandemic made a bitch the total opposite. Like, now I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody, get away from me. Can you just call me? Can we Zoom it? Like, I don't want, actually, don't even call me, just text me because I don't want to talk to you on the phone. Like, it's just turned me into such an introverted person. Like, I don't even want to go out anymore. I don't know, I need to snap back out of it because it's really bad. Even now going to work, I've been so used to wearing like pajamas and sweatpants that I don't want to get dressed up for work. I don't want to like put on a face of makeup. I don't want to worry about my outfit. Like, no, can I just wear my sweats, please, and my fluffy slippers? Like it's so bad, guys. It was almost 2 years, okay, that I think it was like 18 months or something, like a year and a half, a year and a little bit more than half, whatever. But I just got into such bad, I want to say like routines and habits, and like, I don't know, it's just changed my character, okay? It really did, it changed me. This pandemic has freaking changed me. So, anyway, besides all of that I'm trying to work through right now, even though the last couple of times I've been going out to work, I'm literally wearing leggings with like, you know, like with a nice top, because leggings are the closest thing to sweatpants for me. I still have not put on jeans yet for work, or like slacks or whatever. Anywho, so basically now I have to also get back into the rhythm of driving from case to case to case to case to case, because with my job it's not like I'm not like, so my degree is a special education teacher, but it's not like I work in a school where I go to one place and I'm there all day long. No, I go see Tommy, then I see Jerry, then I see Daffy Duck, then I see Tarzan. Like, I'm all over the place. Like, I go from 1, 2, 3, 4, like depending how many cases I have in a day. So right now the most that I've had was only 4, which isn't bad at all, but usually I used to do like 6 to 7 a day. Now I'm only doing 4. Okay, so the other situation, which I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's very like, I feel like people have made it very political and just, it's snowballed into all these things, so I don't want to get into it too much. But the other thing was that I needed to get vaccinated in order to go back out on the field. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at this. I was not a happy camper. Not a happy camper. I don't want to go into depth about it, but I was just really not thrilled. But I had to do it. So, get into a new agency because, or like an older agency, that's good because they have their set team and that's it. They're not hiring any outsiders. So I didn't want to risk losing my position. I've been doing this for a long time and I love my job. Like, not a lot of people could say that, but I absolutely love my job. I could say that from the bottom of my heart. Like, I never wake up like, ugh, and if I do, it's only because I didn't get enough sleep, not because I'm about to go to work. And to me, that's very important. So that's something I didn't want to risk losing. And ultimately, also, I need my salary, like, I need my money. But it's still not the same. Like, we're not gonna go into my salary situation, but it's still not the same from what I used to make, like, because the cases are coming in slower, and just the pandemic screwed everything up. Whatever. So hopefully in time things will get better. You know, I have faith. So the thing is, I needed the vaccine. So your girl went and she got the damn vaccine, thinking that if I go back out onto the field, I'm going to get more work than when I was working from home. Negative. No, it was such BS. I was so pissed because I basically was doing more work from home than I'm doing right now. And I could only compare it to the last month, so I don't want to talk too much shit about it because maybe this month now in December, maybe things will pick up. But so far for the first month, I'm pissed because I thought that me going back out on the field was going to make things better, and it clearly does not seem like it did. And my director was stressing me, the director of the agency. We don't have bosses because we're independent, we're our own boss, but every agency has a director who basically the work trickles down and then you get assigned these cases and you have to do the cases, or you could turn them down. Like, you don't have to take everything. But my director was stressing me, like, she was like, if you want more work, you have to go get vaccinated, you have to do this, you have to do that. So I'm like, oh my god. So I was like, okay, like, shut up, shut the hell up, I'm going. So right now I'm annoyed because I don't see the difference. Let's pray that, and let's manifest that by this month, December, January, things will pick up. Okay, so now let's get into the funny stories. Now that I gave you a very nice background of what's been going on. So, first day back on the job. It takes me an hour to get to my first case, and I was fuming because normally, when I put in the GPS the night before, I use Waze. I don't know if you guys use Waze or Google Maps. My husband prefers Google Maps. I like Waze because you could put in like, oh, what is the time to get from here to here tomorrow at 9 in the morning, right? So the day before it told me it was only going to take me 30 minutes. So I like to give myself a little bit, like a 10 to 15 minute leeway. So I actually left my house even earlier than the 10 to 15 minute leeway that day. But anyway, I'm on my way to work, and literally everything and anything that could occur on the way to work is happening. Ambulance, fire truck, sanitation truck, your mother's truck, everybody's truck is like stopping, or there's a situation going on. I was so pissed off, okay? My New York attitude, I was flipping people off, I was cursing people out. I was like, who let me out of the house? Like, whoever let me out, bring me back home, because something's gonna happen today. Something is going to happen today. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. Like, if I had a body cam, why do I say cam? If I had a body camera or like a camera in my car, I wish I could take those clips to show you guys, because I was livid. Like, I was just cursing everything and anything under the sun. I was just getting so annoyed. Listen, not with the ambulances, but like with people and driving, and they're like taking forever, and the light's turning green. I'm waiting at least a good 30 seconds and you're not moving. So now I'm holding the horn because you're pissing me off. The light is green. Let's wake up. Let's go. People got things to do. Okay, so I was doing a lot of woosah and a lot of praying, okay, that I would make it to my case in one piece and that the day would be smooth. Okay, so I make it to my first case. I get in and the school's like, okay, like whatever, come on in, I have to show my vaccine card, the whole nine, you know. Now it's show your ID, show your vaccine card. Like, I don't know. They want minutes before I even see the kid. So it's like, it's something I need to adjust to, and it's annoying because it's new, if you get what I'm saying. So whatever, I go in and I walk in and I'm talking to the teacher. I'm getting the teacher's concerns. I'm doing my classroom observation. I'm about to take the kid out, okay, of the classroom to go to, which is so annoying. You have to like, because some of these schools don't have empty rooms, so we had to go like 3 flights back up the stairs, which I'm not complaining. I'm getting my exercise in. So just as I'm about to take this baby's hand to go up the flight of stairs, and now mind you, some of these schools, because I do from age 2.5 to 5, public schools in New York, they mandate masks for the children. I'm not sure what your thoughts or inputs are on that, but certain schools don't either. So it's a little bit of like, some of them will wear it, some of them won't, but it's so hard. They're babies, you know. So anyway, so this little girl, let me tell you, I'm about to take her hand. I'm like, oh, hi, and I say her name, and I'm grabbing her hand to take her out. Guys, she legit, I'll give her credit, she covered her nose. She went, achoo, into her freaking hand, and then she was giving me a hand. I was like, oh, no, oh, hell no, my hand, my hands were going like this. Like, I didn't even know what to do myself. Like, I was like, like I was trying to dodge her because I'm like, oh no, like, and it's only because of stupid COVID now, okay? Because before, yeah, I was still doing that before, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not trying to get sick, but now because of COVID, it's like scary. And don't forget, this is my first like back out interaction with strangers and random people. Like, yeah, I went out during the pandemic, but not frequently, and I wasn't around big groups of people. Like, now I'm in a classroom with like 18 kids running around, three teachers, you know, like it's ridiculous. So I was like, this little girl, like, is she serious right now? So the teacher's like, oh no, like, let's go wash our hands. So now, once again, sorry guys, I filmed another video before, so now it's like once again killing more time. So I shit you not, by the time I got to do the assessment on this girl, it was already like 35-40 minutes in, and I'm like, somebody help me, because this cannot be how this is going to be, because I just want to go back to remote. Like, anytime I talk to shit about remote, now I'm regretting it, because this is bad. I'm not gonna make it to the rest of my cases in time, and some of them, if they're in school and they have nap time, then I am asked out. I cannot assess a child or observe a child during nap time. How can that be possible? And we're not allowed to wake them up or anything. So I'm like, damn. And then if that happens, I have to reschedule, so I have to go out on another day. Like, it's very tedious and time consuming, and then like I need days to type up my report. It doesn't just end on seeing the child, and then you have to call the parent up afterwards to let them know how they did. So it's like there's just so many freaking things going on. So I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody help me. But whatever, so that happened. I was done. It took me forever, but whatever. Then I left, and now I'm going to a home case, and this story is like by far the most epic. Okay, so I go in, the kid was so freaking cute, okay? So we jump right into it, boom, assessment, because home cases, there's a home observation, but I do that while I'm talking to the parent. It's not like in the schools, and it's not like you're running around. It's just nice, you go into one spot, and you do what you gotta do. So this kid was adorable, super hyper, but adorable. So I'm working with him, whatever, and I'm like, crap, I noticed that I left my pen at the first school, and your girl is not prepared, clearly, to be back in the fields, because I only brought one pen with me. So I turn around to the mom, because it was mom and dad and the baby, and I'm like, I am so sorry, like, I must have lost my pen. I knew exactly what I do with my pen. I was like, I must have lost my pen. Can I bother you for a pen, please? Because I have to take notes. So freaking embarrassing. Like, I promise you, I'm super professional. That was the first time that's ever happened to me, because I'll come, like, my book bag for work, I'll show you one day, like, what's inside of it if you guys are interested, but I carry mad pens. Like, when I say mad, a lot of pens. So I'm like, how is this possible? Like, how? So hilarious. So now in the midst of this, I'm like, all right, this lady can't find me a freaking pen. I need a pen. So I'm digging in my work bag. And mind you, I'm wearing my press-ons, okay? My press-ons from Chic and Polished. I don't know why I said it like that. But my Etsy shop, Chic and Polished. It wasn't this set. It was my different tones of brown. I don't know if you guys saw that. So, yeah, I did videos with those nails. What am I talking about? You definitely saw them. But anyway, so I have those on, and now it's been like almost 2 weeks that I've been wearing them. And with the press-ons, they're not like acrylics. Like, let's keep it real. Like, depending on how much you have your hands in water or you shower or whatever, after like a week and a half to 2 weeks, you're gonna get some pop off. You're going to. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying. And I don't lie. So now it's like towards like the 2-week mark, like where I was actually going to change them that night or the next day. So I'm going nuts now in my work bag, digging for gold, trying to find a freaking pen. So I'm digging, and guys, okay, so I'm digging for the pen. The dad is sitting across from me, and the mother is looking for a pen for the past like 10 minutes, and she can't find one. So I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, oh no. So I'm digging for this pen. All of a sudden, I hit this box that I have that has materials. The nail comes popping off, does a 360 spin, and falls right in front of the dad's foot. Okay. At this moment, I was like so freaking embarrassed because prior to COVID, I never used press-ons. Like, this whole press-on game for me started during the pandemic because I always got my nails done and every 2 weeks, and I never used press-ons ever. 2019 was the first time I used press-ons because I never used them, never, ever. And I'm not used to this, right? Nails popping off mid-session. Who's used to that? Not me. So I'm like, holy shit, right? And I'm like, now what am I gonna do? I can't walk around the rest of the day without that nail. I need that nail back. Because I'm the type of person, I get embarrassed if like my nail polish is chipped or my nail is popped off. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a prissy girl, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I'm like, oh my god, I need my nail. I need my freaking nail. So I'm like, but this is embarrassing. Like, especially with this dude, he's gonna be like, your nail just fell off your freaking hand. Like where did this girl come from? So as he's turned around looking at the mother, his wife, who's trying to find me the pen, I go down quickly to get it, and I'm thinking I'm being slick to like just snatch it and, you know, snatch and pull back. Yeah, well, thank God he was wearing socks because I grazed his big toe in the process of picking up my nail. Guys, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. I was so freaking embarrassed. He turned around with the quickness. He was like he turned his whole head because he's like, why is the evaluator grabbing my big toe? I can't. And he looks at me and I'm like, and I didn't know what to say. And I'm like, oh, I thought my pen was on the floor, but that wasn't it. And he's like looking at the floor and there's nothing there, and he's looking back up at me. But the only thing I could think about was save the pen, because now his wife's looking for the pen. I was looking in my bag for the pen the last time he turned around, so that was the only excuse I could use. So literally I'm holding the nail in my hand and I'm like, Lord help me, like this is too, like you can't even make this shit up, you know? I'm like, I can't even believe this right now. So anyway, stash the nail in my book bag in this little compartment so I don't lose it. Finally, after like 15 minutes, the mother finds me a pencil, not even a pen. She's like, is this okay? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So I used the pencil, and I was taking my notes with that, and then I gave it back to her. Thank God I had more pens in my car. But anywho, the dad was just looking at me so oddly for the rest of the assessment because he knew there was no pen on the floor, but he didn't know it was my nail. And he was probably thinking, like, what was this girl doing? Like, why did she touch my foot? Whatever. I don't care. I don't care because I needed that nail would have stayed there. I wouldn't have cared. Then I would have did the rest of the day without the nail if he had no socks on, because I'm not touching no strangers' feetsies, okay, without a sock on, like. And I didn't mean to touch his foot. I just grazed his big ass toe as I was trying to get the nail. Whatever. Anyway, I hope that never happens to me ever again, because it was very embarrassing, even though no one saw. But like, it was just, the situation was very embarrassing. Okay, so as if the day doesn't get any better, right? I need a coffee because now your girl's tired. She's not used to getting up this early in the morning, you know, the whole night. So I'm driving around trying to find a Dunkin' Donuts, because since it was a home case, I actually finished a little bit earlier. So, and the next case wasn't too far. It was about 10 minutes away. So I go through a drive-through Dunkin', tell them my order, I'm waiting and it's taking forever, and I ordered a coffee. So the order comes, I get it, hot coffee obviously, so it comes in those styrofoam cup things, you know. So I pay, I drive off, and I'm driving to the next one. But because I waited on this line, that was a hot minute, I have like 5 minutes and the house is 10 minutes away. So I'm just trying to, you know, just drive in, pick up the coffee, go to sip it, and I'm like, what is that? What is that? Well, that was tea, and I don't like tea. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? All I wanted was coffee. All I wanted was coffee. So I guess the guy screwed up and gave me someone behind me's order, or someone in front of me's order. Someone got my hot caramel latte, and I had someone's freaking tea with no milk or anything, or honey or anything. It was so blah. I was disgusted. I'm like, you have to be shitting me. This is what I'm saying. It was one of those days where it was like, really, like, the world was against me. The world was telling me, Kay, work from home. Don't go back out on the field, girl. Like, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. So that was my first day back. There were other days after that went better, thank God. Some other ones didn't go as well, but not as bad as my first day back. And it took me, from my last case that day, like an hour and a half to get home. So, like I said, my first day was not a pleasant day. My whole nail situation was very awkward. I think that father from the case is never gonna forget me, because he probably thought I was trying to put a move on him by using his big toe. I don't know if he saw my ring, but it was just so awkward, guys. So awkward, like. But anyway, that is the story on my first day back to work, and I'm sure I'll have others for you, because my career is never dull. And like, when I used to go out on the field prior to the pandemic, things used to happen to me